My name is Ford Ash Jr. This is my wife, Chris, and we are here today to share a little bit about what's taken place in our life. We've been married now for almost 33 years. I'm a native here of Hall County. I was born and raised here and have 2 children. Back in 2009, I was actually training to run an ultra marathon, and I was actually turning 50 that year, and my goal was to do 50 miles at age 50. As I began to train, as I was working on it, I noticed that my right knee had bothered me quite a bit, but it got to the point where I really couldn't run on it. So finally I heeded her advice, and in July of 2009 I went to the doctor, and he looked and he said, you know, you've got osteosarcoma. And I said, well, what is that? Because both of us were looking like we didn't have a clue what it was. He said, well, it's a very aggressive, a very fast-growing bone cancer. And so it was kind of odd when he told us that, because I felt great other than just the pain there in the knee. I think the change for us came on June 29th of 2012. Our doctor told us at that time that there was not really any other chemo protocols or anything that they could use that would do any good. And he said, you can go ahead and continue to use chemo if you want to, or you can stop. It's your choice. And so we made the decision that day that we were going to, actually we're going to live life, and we were going to enjoy life to the best of our ability. We knew that someone a lot stronger than us was in control. He said, I'm going to ask you, would it be all right if I recommend you to hospice? Now I have to tell you, my first thought was, I'm still very much alive and I don't need hospice. And he began to explain to me benefits of hospice. And he shared with me about how hospice would benefit me and my family. He began to share with me how hospice would do a lot of things that we wouldn't have to worry about, doing. And the more he talked, the more intriguing it became. And he said very plainly, he said, most people wait too late to use the benefits of hospice. And he said, I want you to consider it. And as he talked, slowly, somewhere down the line as he talked, it began to kind of mesh in my spirit that maybe this is something we need to look into. We were contacted by hospice, and it seemed like from the very beginning at Northeast Georgia that each person was concerned about me. They were concerned about my family. They were not so much concerned about money or contractual obligations. It seemed that they were more concerned about me as a human being. And that went all the way from the administrative staff to the very nursing staff that would come into my home. But we found out that hospice was a tremendous support network, and we would have been probably fools not to jump in on it. So we did make that decision to go with hospice. They have just been tremendous in our life. They have taken away so many burdens, so many things that we've not had to worry about. My wife has not had to worry about. We don't have to worry about medication. They take care of that. They get it to our homes. We don't have to worry about doctor visits. They come out and see us. We don't have to worry about a lot of things that you may have to deal with when you're not on some type of care like that. And they'll do that, making sure that we're still in control, of course, but I want to encourage you, please, to look into this. I think you'll find that they'll be very helpful in your life, and don't do as many people do and wait to that last moment. Go ahead and consider it, think about it. I think you'll find that it'll be well worth the time that you put in to research it, and you'll also find that it'll be probably the best decision that you've made.